Winspiration, the way to the essential. On UK Health Radio, Winspiration brings wisdom and information for an extraordinary future. Together, we can shape the world we want to live in. So let's get real and create the idea. Be extraordinary. Welcome to another episode of Winspiration Radio. And today our special guest is really an extraordinary person, extraordinary capacity or ability. And it is a wonderful lady from Germany, born in Frankfurt, grew up there and has experiences in business. She was orientated to success in different businesses, but also learned ups and downs, and was very successful in sales. And then later also she wanted to develop herself and was trained or coached with Anthony Robbins, Mr. Aker, so many famous names. I skip a little bit here because we have not too much time, but she all over the years, and also shaman and everything, also in every areas, and she was also in a monastery. So it's really the huge variety of possibilities in life she experienced, and is now a really special expert in coaching herself. And most people call her VIP coach because she is coaching very important persons. So we are blessed that we have her here. We are ordinary people here. But a lot of famous, extremely famous names, and you know them all, but we will not use the names here. She is really extraordinary. I myself had the experience with a session with her, and it changed a lot of things and brought a different power in my life or blocks in a way. So that is really to live an extraordinary life. She is the right person to make it easy. So thank you for being here on the show, Gabriele Sommer, and Sommer means summer. So it's a lot of sunshine, beauty, and warmth. Welcome. So if I missed something, Gabriele, please edit. And
my goodness, you make my heart so jumping up and down, because all your words, it's such a pleasure to listen to it. But when I hear your words, it's amazing. So, you know, I be sometimes a little bit shy when people talk about what I did and what I did all in the world. But you know, I be really, really down to earth though, because in my life, it was always a roller coaster, you know. You have these up and downs, and it's the important message of this is when you have life, it's that you always have a solution.
Yeah, that is very important. There's 2 points: the up and downs, and the problems and the solutions. But I also would say if that are not is a misunderstanding for you, dear listener, when I just cherish her because of the whips. We all are extraordinary. We all have the possibilities of being extraordinary. But those people who have huge success or named or famous for success, learning from her gives us a possibility also to learn whatever we want. So I didn't want to value people with that.
You are so
you said, like with the solution, yes, that we really, really understand that is a universal law where a problem must be a solution.
Yes.
But I experienced it also in my life or myself. Okay, I see a solution. I have an idea for a solution, but somehow I was stuck or not capable of going for it. When most people know, so like they know better than they live. So what is holding us back?
Maybe I have to shift this word a little bit and explain a little bit the secret behind the word of solution, because when I say to somebody, okay, you have always the solution to act in a different way. Act in a different way. And when I listen to you in that moment, when you talk about your solution and then you not know really what to do, when you get the solution, it's a miracle happened inside your personality. It's something, I say it always, it's like a gut voice. It's your inner voice. It guides you, and you be so sure there is no way out that you not have to do it. Also, when it is a risk. But the most people, and this makes the difference why I love to coach leaders, why I love to coach extraordinary people. That means that has nothing to do with rich or not rich. You understand?
Yes.
So it means people who have the capability to step over their boundaries of fears and have that courage to say yes to themselves and step over that, because when they be committed with themselves, the doors open automatically. So, this is a really big point. This is a breakthrough.
Yes, that is a very important point, and that's why I want to go a little bit deeper there from the wording. It's so interesting for the solution, and also you make clear success is realization of whatever it is. It is not the classical needs to be a famous car or whatever. No, it is, if you inherit it, it's no big success. Yeah. But when you said stepping forward and you hear your inner voice.
Yes.
So can we say really it's a solution, or is it just more a kind of, wow, and now I get more clearness, whatever voices in my head, created personas I have on what is my true self. And then the other word in this context you said used risk, because we don't know it's a risk really, if I understand that, but if we feel it's a risk. And who is feeling the risk? This
is a good
persona.
Marker on that point, but let us first explain what the inner feeling is, because you have to first understand how our mindset really function, Mm-hmm. I will explain it in easy words because we have here in our audience not so much time. But if they are any interest in that, they always can ask me. They come to me or to you, because right now I share my wisdom with you, Wolfgang, and we create an extraordinary platform for children, for economy. So come and enjoy Wolfgang too in his inspirational days in Berlin with Archer. So I think when we feel something inside us, and guidance and feeling, and we have this internal blessing. I named this internal blessing. Mostly we doubt that. We said, okay, that's something not common for me. This is not something, this is external. I have no clue what it is, and maybe I be wrong. But when you be a child, and a child always had this inner voice, trusting, feeling, and follow up this. When a child wants to talk something out, it said, "Oh, this person I don't like," and it runs over the street, and the mom is standing on the street, and maybe fierce, but the children knows when he can run, when it can run over the street and nothing happens for them. It's a gut feeling, And also when we go backwards in thousands of years, when the dinosaurs comes and the people want to get bitten from them, they had that gut feeling. Okay, the gut feeling was more like a biological survivor feeling, So our survivor feeling mostly come just when something really bad happened for us, okay? Maybe a trauma, what else? Then you ever heard that people get in amazing power when they get in a trauma, or somebody hit them and they have to fight? They get a really gut feeling and they know exactly what to do, exactly in that moment, and they not think. So that moment when this internal blessing comes, you cannot hear or feel something else, just that feeling. It's a feeling of like you be in a bubble. It's like you be in a bubble, the external is shut down, and you be in that bubble standing, and you listen like a voice is influenced you from outside in. and inside out. It's both. It's inside out and outside. And you be so sure you have to follow. It's like you be in how can I say this? It's like you have to do.
Yes, I mean, I just get two pictures in my mind or ideas or situations, and what is it really? I understand in those situations, my brain or a kind of say intellectual awareness is getting closer. Say the bubble,
Yes.
like some function in my brain are not working anymore. And the picture came from the film Rain Man, when there were the two pigs or whatever were falling down, and suddenly he's like 237 or whatever. Bing, bing, knows it directly and doesn't need to count. There, I would believe that it is the true self, just not distracted. And we all have this incredible capacity.
Everybody.
But I had another situation in my life. Was on the motorway in Germany, a kind of corner, and then there was an exit. A lot of cars, not only one car, two cars, there was more cars. And I don't know how I drove through it. I can't really explain what this possible.
Do you know?
And there I had more the feeling of guidance. Someone brought.
Right.
So what is it now? Is it like the feeling of
no?
right?
It's like something bring you. Something bring you. It's like. I have to say this is a blessing. It's the same blessing as you get an idea. You know, I was long-term coaching ideas in the film academies, okay? How to get an idea and how to settle up the idea through your body and bring it out and make it happen. Maybe in the film industry. You get that idea, yes, it comes into your head. Where did the idea come? You know, when I ask you, where did the idea come? But what happened with that? When I asked you, and I saw it in just a second, you not saw it, but I took this awareness in that second, your eyes went up. Ideas? Your eyes went up. So the ideas where it comes up. Look down, there is an idea coming? No, never, ever. So the ideas come up. It's like a filter. The filter goes like this. The idea goes here through, okay, and brighten up in your body. And then you get this trance and bring it out. Maybe you write it down. Maybe you make the right action for this idea to bring it out. But first, the idea has to manifest where? In our bodies, in our souls, in our minds, in our mindset. And then we do the right action. But this is what when I study and when I gone to my journey to study law of attraction, how to make things happen in our lives and for my clients and for all the people in the world, I find out that the ideas or whatever I wanted to make it happen, we have to have first these internal blessing. That is why I talked about this inner voice, and then not destroy with your other inner voices and said, oh, it cannot be able, and not start to be influenced by others. Because when you start then to believe, when your friend came and said, no, Wolfgang, you'll be not able to make that film because this film is so expensive. You need that and that and that. And when I remember about the Coca-Cola film, the advert for the Coca-Cola film, right? So the people started to drove trains, or maybe the jeans, better for the Wrangler jeans. You remember? They drove the train over the jeans, horses run over the jeans. And after that, a guy stand there and put the jeans on and everything was beautiful. But the people came and said, no, that is so crazy. Nobody would want a jeans who train drove over or a horse. This was the normal people, okay? But the guy stopped to believe that. The guy was so creative. He had seen these before that this is happened for him. So he believed and he was silent. He shut up. Listen what I tell you now. He shut up whatever idea he had. So he started internal processing that whatever he wished for his life, whatever he wished as an act would happen for him, whatever he wanted in life, he started not to share first. Because when he had shared that before, others came and influenced him and say, no, it's not possible, it's too many money, and et cetera, et cetera. But he started to see that film every day. that it happened for him, that it happened for him. He like repetition, see it again and again and again. And then he wrote exactly every day down the details, not the internal thing, the details, how he wanted that it happened. So he said, okay, 3 horses, maybe 2 trains, maybe whatever. Yes. And then one day, and he felt like it's real. He let not destroy him. And then one day a person come and said, listen, you had before some months an idea. Can you tell me this idea? And it was a prominent redactor, a prominent film regisseur, and he made that film happen. And that was the amazing Edward in the entire world. So, and this also happened for Coca-Cola, for everything, because when I teach that in the Film Academy, we shared all our wisdom, like this idea could be manifested, it's a processing. So it's also when you have an Edward company, but it's also, we can use that for our normal life. And when this VIP comes to me, they mostly have special areas where they want to develop, their life, and which is needed because they mostly live in a bubble where other people tell them what to do. Mm-hmm. They have not a normal life, they have not such a happy life like you think. So they are there for others. Also, we as coaches, as mentor, we serve the whole time. It stopped not when I go home, and then my sisters call me, my mother call me, everybody, my friends call me. Can you tell me this? Can you help me in that? So you never shut really up. And then you also need somebody, when we met, we shared also our wisdom to give us a little bit of backbone, what we think, how we want it to be, that we can reflect it like in a mirror, Mm-hmm. So it's very important that people understand when this internal blessing comes, first not share. This is the first.
Make it really clear. Because you could say, okay, I have an idea and now I collect other people who support me. But you recommend, if you have a strong idea, what you want to go for.
First not share. Not share. It's the same when you build a castle.
Understand it directly and
not share. No second. Then let it grow in you. Like there is no way out that this not can be happened. Mm-hmm. You be so committed to that. Mm-hmm. There is no other idea.
Yes.
Because listen, why I say this. This has a number 2nd priority, is because our mindset just can catch up one thing in life for that moment to make it happen. That means when, and this I see mostly in a lot of rich people, a lot of successful people, a lot of people who have something built up. They just be in one thing a good expert. It can be in marriage, it can be in success. But did you often see that people who are successful have a good marriage?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
No. Or did you see somebody who is poor, but he has a really great marriage? He's really happy, but the money, okay. Yes. So, and this has happened because when we started the processing, thinking about something, what we want to invite in our lives, we not understand how our mindset function, and now I have to make a little bit a step that the people or our audience understand what our mind is. We are electricity. Mm-hmm. We are a magnet. So we are plus and minus. Mm-hmm. We exist, our material stuff, our body is plus and minus. Mm-hmm. So, and we attract how high we vibrate in plus and minus. So, and how more you use your inner electricity that you can boost with different tools, like meditation, like sport. That is the reason why a lot of successful people do and wake up early in the morning and doing sport. Listen. Mm-hmm. Yes. And at 4, at 5, because 4 at 5 is the time of the monks, mm-hmm. where the highest energy is prepared.
Yeah.
So it has all things.
There's a question. I never understood it. I understood the time, but if you look at the globe, because of the different times.
Five tips, yes.
Which 4 or 5 to pick?
Yes,
so they pick
I understand. It has to do where your body is right now, because it has to do also with the liver. The liver is an organ which cleans our blood and organ functions and everything, but it's also a spiritual organ.
Yeah. Okay. So then I get the connection. Yeah, because they needed the connection to the, let's say, material stuff.
And at 4 o'clock, the liver started to work again.
Yeah.
So it's all what the monks, what I learned in these monasteries is that I use these tools from what I learned and bring it into the business world, because I always said, okay, I come out of the business. I was very successful when I was 27. I got to a millionaire, and then I lost it again through a wrong partnership, and then I done it again, and then I lost it again. So I had a pattern in that to lose it, because money was never my reason why I start my business. It was fun for me. I loved success, you know. So, but money, I grew up in a money household. Money was always there. Though money, I was not focused. I always gave my money away, you know. But later on, I learned how important it is that money is also in vibration, and that money is also your energy.
Yes.
So, and I let always steal my energy. So when a lot of people, and I won a lot of successful VIPs, they do a lot of charities, okay? And they give their money away. And this is a big point. And then you have to look where's their problems in their lives. Yeah. Attended to what happened in their lives, and why did they give so much for charities when there's somebody maybe giving too much without reason. So because, you know, there was one big leader in the entire world for everybody, and it was Jesus. And Jesus gave not the fish. Jesus showed the people how to fish. So it's not a help if somebody gave a fish and he eat it, and the next day he's hungry again. Yes.
So, you can create dependencies.
Yes. And or that you be the guru who provide the food, you know, and then you be on this level, or you be the guru, you know, and it's that like
a few weeks ago I made a session here with the name Why Charity is Wrong. Yeah, exactly because of that.
You know, so and I took all these tools I learned there and bring it in our business world, and it's not separated, the business with this spiritual, but also the spiritual world, these esoteric people. I think sometimes I'd be ashamed of that people, because you know, all these people tell me they are so spiritual, but where did they earn money? No, nothing, you know. So for me, is spiritual somebody, high spiritual person, somebody who has all, who has money, who has love, and who has everything, success. Yes. This is somebody who's high spiritual touched, has everything. Yeah. This is what I think, and these are the new leaders, Wolfgang. These are the new leaders who can integrate these esoteric, this business world, and combined it together, and to have all. And I love to teach people this. I really, it's like a mission in me to help people, because I gave a lot of sacrifices for that. Believe me, to experience this. You know, I lost all, I do it again. And then I look, why did I lost all that? And it pained me, because I know how intelligent I am. You know, I had that touch of blessings and gifts since I was a child, but to express, I was very shy. It took me times of years, and in the long run, when I was younger, Tony Robbins already asked me, can you go step on stage with me? But I was so fearful that everybody can see me, you know. It took me a long time to speak here in camera, and I thought I'd be ugly, or everything what people think, you know, stupid stuff, you know. I worked as a model, so how can I be ugly, but it was because my sisters always treat me bad, and I thought I'd be ugly, so when people get damaged by their environments.
Yes.
So when we not be in the right environment where we can unfold our talents and gifts, nothing can happen for us. Yeah. Nothing. You can have the best idea, Wolfgang, and you can be so strong. Yes, it can happen then, like I did, that I believed in me, that I believed in that inner guidance. This is how I attracted then. Also when I was in the wrong environment, okay? Then you attract it, and things, it's very interesting.
Yeah, well, just as interesting as this, let's give me a moment. We need to make a short break.
UK Health Radio, the station that makes you feel good. UK Health Radio, the station that makes you feel good.
Okay, you said interesting, and then I stopped you, so for that. But I kind of have a question. We need to go back a little bit in what you said. With multitasking is not really possible. We are focusing on. I understood it always. Multitasking is not possible because if I look at the brain, I said, okay, there is only limited time. It's just 3 milliseconds or 3 seconds or whatever. We only can focus on one. But I thought, we can shift all the time, and that's what we call multi. And like I said, also, if you have an idea, you focus in, and that sounds for me more typical men, because we were hunters, so we needed to focus.
Yes.
And women, they needed to run the whole village, so they needed to take care of things. Is this now maybe the reason we see in the business world or everywhere a lot, that the man at the top just so focused, but unfortunately not seeing a lot of other things, not taking care, and the women, like we said, okay, they're so much better, but often not really going to the top. That's one question, and the other question is the time now so changing? Like you talked also environment, that women now are more encouraged to go to the top, and we can all profit from it, that those who can handle more things but focus also create easier and extraordinary future.
Yes. This is a good question, and it's right what you said in the point that women comes more because when we think about maybe 20 years back, okay, in the 17th or something like, or maybe 18th, okay, when women started to get more committed for their jobs, when they not just be a mom and a family carer, and they stop and walk into the industries and care for and show other qualities of leadership. I find out, and I done it too by myself when I had my first success as a finance company, when I got that millionaire by leading. But I find out who I was in that time. I was a man. I not showed up in my femininity. I put my hair always strong together and had a ponytail, and wear a tight and a blazer like a man, So I moved into this masculine energy and stopped to have the feminine. Later on, I was so focused. I got so successful in that time. My whole life lived in a timer. Everything what I did, also a kiss from my boyfriend, was standing in the timer, So, but in that time, I saw myself, I not liked myself, because I doubt my feminine energy. I was a curvy, I was a beauty, but I found out to be a beauty in business is also really strange, because the men first see your beauty, your boobs and your butt and everything else, and the face and wherever the men first look. but they not think about the mindset and that you are an inspiring soul, that you be so enlightened inside you, that you have wisdom. And so and I always covered me up. When I wear clothes, I never had this sexy stuff on. I not need it. My beauty was enough, it was too provoking when I did that, because some women you can put on the clothes they not look like, but I looked always like this porn person. So because the beauty, so I learned to cover me in men clothes, and move into that masculine energy to get the success which I wanted. I wanted to be successful, to be an influence person. It was not that I want to have success just for success or money. I wanted to be an influenced person. Mm-hmm. I wanted to influence the world with something good, something what I can give out of me, something what others can have a better life. This drove me to do that. So, and it never stopped. So I think
it's very interesting when you say that. We all have the pictures that ladies have a kind of dress in the business world, and just thinking the opposite, that the CEOs of companies coming now in women clothes. It sounds so strange. Yeah. Yes. When the other things, it's normal. Huh? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now I go totally then in the opposite. Dress curvy skirts and go on stage and shine bright, and I get such a but it's that when I get olderly, when I was more accepted as a woman,
more out of the game.
yes, like that, but it was really a different quality, of personality. So I cannot say that I age. I age with quality. You understand? So the quality of aging is amazing. When you can share the wisdom and the beauty get brighter because you combine the inner beauty with the outer beauty. And you be what you are born for as a woman, and you be born as a man. So when we destroy one of our, and this I learned from Tony Robbins, and this was fantastic. What he teach in simple steps. He taught me, Gabriel. He said, "Come on stage," and he said to another person, "Come on stage," and he let us dance. So I dance and the boy dance, okay? And then the audience, maybe 6,000 people, has to say not which dance was better, which dance was more masculine and more feminine. So it could also be that the man had danced more feminine and the woman more masculine.
Yeah.
And then he said, okay, now Gabriel danced feminine and the guy danced masculine. And we did it. And then he said, okay, that now make free dance like you want. So we danced like we want. And then we find out by ourselves. We use both tools, feminine and masculine. It was like morphing. And I learned out of this lesson, and this is what Tony taught us. We can choose what we need to be, masculine or feminine. And if we combined, we are aligned with who we are. We are more than one person. We are more than one.
Unlimited possibilities.
Yes. And this was so amazing. It changed and shifted my business because I said, oh my goodness, I doubt my feminine side. And this brought my wisdom up. This allowed me to take the tools of spirituality, which is a feminine side, to feeling the gut feeling. Tell this a successful person, 2080, and said, okay, to the leader, you from the industry, you have to use now your gut feeling. And he said, huh? But believe me, the person used his gut feeling, but he was not aware. Yeah. So every successful person had this blessing, this internal blessing. So also Tony Robbins, also other leaders in the world who lead and develop other people. So and also your mentor was Bob Proctor, I think, yes, and other amazing people. And I think these people allow everybody to be everything. And when we get limited in anything, then somebody wants to control us.
Yeah.
So, and this starts that I be really a free person in my mind, that I said, okay, this is not that I can follow anybody, that I can be a fan from anybody. Because if you be a fan from anybody, you submit your energy to somebody. You not submit your energy to you. You follow this God of this other person.
Yes.
But and this started that I wrote my book in the Corona time to set the people free from all manipulation in the world and in work and in privacy and in everything, because I thought everybody is for me a VIP, because I treat people like a VIP, a very important person. Everybody,
let's say a very individual person.
Yes, or individual, because this person is right now sitting in front of me and share his life with me. And I be so humble to have that person who open up, because this is my gut gifting, that these people was able to open up for me. They show me their souls, and I not, how did you say this in English? I not judge them for whatever they did. You know, it's like children let fall down a coffee plate, and you said, "Why did you did this? Now the floor is dirty," and the children would never ever bring me any coffee again. Or he's fearful, right? And then he cannot unfold. So we make a lot of mistakes, growing children, growing in work, because we insult people. We insult, they do something wrong, but we need the wrong thing to do. We need to experience, to have experience, to get better. What is really function for us and what is really not function for us. And this means not that the things which function for you, Wolfgang, would be function for me, because you have other internal world and I have other internal world.
Yeah.
When I start my work with a person in development or in coaching, we have to find out the internal world first. So to understand what happened for this person in his life and why. It's like people do coaching, but my system is different. I put out. And minimize. Yes, you understand, and minimize.
Oh, I understand it totally. Also, whenever we start coaching or whatever, we have what we call a get out list. Before we do everything, what should go out of your life? What will you empty?
And this is very interesting. This system brought me to something very interesting, was what was forgotten in Europe countries, but it was maybe natural, made from some good gut feeling people, or my grandma did it. I study feng shui, and it's the laws of how chi, the energy flows. Yes. So because when I started to make my speeches on any stage, or when I started to make seminars, I was thinking, when the people be in the wrong environment, I need to bring people in the right environment, so where they can open up their lives, where they feel healed, where they feel whole, where they feel warmth, and because of friendship and everything and it is. But you understand what I mean. So and supportive energy. So I learned the tools, also why I done these shamanic lessons. I learned to call the winds. I learned to call. This sounds really crazy, okay? I know for somebody who's in business, but they see the difference when I do.
Yeah, okay? Now if you go on the energy level, like you said before, we are energy.
Yes.
So, and if you look at the idea of...
Thank you. Because the people...
It's also about energy flow.
Thank you, Wolfgang. You are so aware. Because this is what people not understand. And because this energy, we block ourselves from energies. And when we choose something, we create energy. And some energy we create are good. Some energy goes out of us, which are bad. So, sometimes we feel that we work, and then we open a window and we want to fresh air because the fresh air bring other energy in, right? So, so this is really interesting. And old architects noticed to bring energy in a house, they put on the left and the right side flowers to the door. Maybe just simple. And then, oh yes, there is nice welcome. There I want to go in. So and this idea brought me to use the tools in my work, yet especially the tools of feng shui. Also, I include and other tools also, which are learned from the shamans, and put a new mentoring. So that is why I not named a coach. I hate that because, Wolfgang, you are a really quality person. You had experienced a lot in life. You had a lot of success. You went from a millionaire to everything and done a millionaire again, like me. We are similar in that. But this experience is made by you. But some people came now, be a coach, maybe they are 24, 25, 27. They never study like me. I study in London, coaching, really, communication, everything, NLP, by the best in the world, by Brandler, everywhere. So it's really profound wisdom. First, I studied that. Then I used my talents and all these other tools to that. But this means not that these people not earn money. They earn maybe more than we do. Sometimes because they know
marketing is something different. And
yes, they know the technique of marketing. They use the new social media platforms to that, but we are, if I be coached from a 22 years old person, this person can tell me not any experience.
Yes,
What did this person want to tell me? Maybe something from Edwards. Yes, for sure. For sure. Because I'm an elderly woman, I have no clue about that. But I have to pay for that. So
I see it is a little bit in this way different. It doesn't matter which age you are. It's about a technique. You can learn a technique. So if you're a car mechanic, you can learn it very young, and you can repair the car. You can to help people with that. But if you're young, you don't understand development of cities and dreams. You're not there really. All the emotions going up and down.
But there are a lot of talented young people.
Yes.
A lot of talented young people which can have great effort to listen to our experience, not to have to make the same mistakes, maybe.
That we are living now in a time where really society or the business world is crashing because we have young people, and young people is maybe someone who's 50 years old in the politics, but they don't see the long-term cycles in the world, which are 100 years or longer. Like we are both from Germany, and I'm wondering that we have young people now 25, they're allowed to elect the chancellor, vote, the party, but they never saw the wall in Berlin. They never experienced Cold War. So they just deciding what is happening today and not the development of where it all can go. They don't see possible moves, what could happen.
But I just suggest this situation because I want to show what our mind stored. And now when we go backwards, when we think about success, how to bring out success, when we have different things in our mind, our mindset get always the wrong focus. Sometimes the wrong things popped up, and that gives the technique I use to clean my mind, and be focused back on what I want.
Okay, that is so important. Let's make a short break and then really focus on the technique.
UK Health Radio. the station that makes you feel good. UK Health Radio, the station that makes you feel good.
Okay, we are back, and now we want to know exactly the technique, how to focus and control the mind.
Yeah. So when you understand that our mind not understand any of our words, what we said. So normally we both can sit here for our audience and just smile. And our mind then thinks, oh my goodness, she is so lovely. She's so open. And you have such a great smile. So we think, the mind start to think, oh, this is nice glasses and a beautiful rosé skirt. So our mind is always somewhere. You know, or in the hair, or in the lipstick, you know. So it's very interesting how our mind functions. So you can ask 100 people, what did you remember from Gabriele? You know, and some tell the hair, some tell, oh, she has a red lipstick or green eyes or what else, you know. But what did she really talk? The only thing what our mind would understand in the time when I'm talking is about my voice tonality. The voice, again, the voice tonality. And why? Because it's vibration. The plus and the minus, remember?
Yes, yeah.
It's vibration.
Yes, and that is a big problem for society today, as we're not really understanding this or not aware of it.
Yes.
I love it to the example with the word problem. The word pro is so positive, but the vibration which people use when they say the word is negative.
Yeah.
So everybody.
And it's so interesting because when people stay on stage and there is a big audience and not everybody is able to handle a big audience, not with a Zoom what you talk, but the energy. So I'm able to have 20,000 because I can play with my voice. I can make you hold on my speech because I say not speech, I said speech. You understand? Because my voice tonality, I be so trained. Yes, I not said trained. You see, it goes in your mind. You understand? So the energy I built, and this is what my monk said, your healing is in the voice. He always said this to me, Gabriele, your healing is in the voice. You have to speak loud out to an audience, you know? So the healing is over our voices. And we listen also to our voices. And this is the only thing what the audience see in us when they go on radio now, listen to us.
Yes.
They switch on and said, yes, this is a nice voice. We want to listen. And then they are hanging on that voice. Wow, this is something. It's the same when we listen to music, right?
Yes.
So we listen.
It's very important because I know that people 2 weeks after someone spoke, they don't remember the words, like you said. But everything else. But words can be very important, and we have maybe another 2 minutes for your words.
Okay.
So we got this one extreme important thing to control the mind, how you focus. We learned not to share directly all your dreams and goals with someone else. That voice can heal because everything is vibration, and be careful. How you speak, people will react more to the vibration than just the content. Like I always had problems in the past with employees, but I said it. It was just the information and they didn't get it because it was a different vibration. So what is your big advice, or is there a ranking? What is the most important, number 2, number 3, to give them who is listening here and most focused to change to
I would give now a present for everybody because I think I have to break down. This is my present today. It's maybe thousands of euros what I give out. and not everybody used that and know that from the brain science. Okay, there is a lot of affirmation what people do to be strong. You know, when I got to Tony, he said, I am the voice, I am the voice, I am the leader, you know, to make you stronger, feeling like in the military. And they done it already when they gone to the war. They fixed their soldiers into and bring them in another state. So I suggest to bring yourself in another state every day, in a repetition, that because our mind is, our mind just need maybe 21 days to accept a repetition, but it's not inside. It needs maybe 100 and something that the mind really adapted.
You say, when I got it right, is repetition is most important. Gabriele, thank you very much for today. And hope everybody really got the first glimpse, and we will continue. But till then, repetition. Stay tuned for the next session of Winspiration Radio. This was another episode of Winspiration, Wisdom and Information to support you getting out of illusions, false identifications, limiting beliefs. We all have the power and potential to be more, do more, have more, give more. Reality is what is possible in the universe, and the best is yet to come. If you want to dive deeper into possibilities of creating the extraordinary future, go to winspiration.global or to wolfgangsonnenburg.com. More information and some free downloads like the email program Dream Goals Reality or a copy of the book The Best Is Yet to Come can be found on the UK Health Radio website under the Listen on Demand and Presenters section. Join us again next week on the Winspiration Show for more wisdom and information to create your extraordinary future.